Hey guys, this is Ben, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I color grade my Tiny Planet photos using a free app called Snapseed. I post a Tiny Planet photo to Instagram every single day, and I work really hard to get a good Tiny Planet composition. But something I think a lot of people don't realize is I spend a lot of time color grading this thing. I'll spend sometimes 10, 20, 30 minutes getting the best colors I can possibly get and just the best overall edit of the photo, so I have something that looks really nice on my Instagram grid. And because this is free, this is something you can download and start using instantly. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and get the results that I get. Okay, let's open up Snapseed, and I'm going to import today's photo, which I've already morphed into a Tiny Planet. That's looking awesome, isn't it? Shot this on Lombard Street in San Francisco just now, and you want to go to the Tools tab. Firstly, I'm going to rotate this, and we have lots of different things we can do to our image here. This is essentially like a mini Photoshop for your iPhone or Android, and I'm going to go to the rotate tool there. So firstly, I want to rotate it to an orientation I'm happy with, and that's looking really good. And also, I want to adjust it just a little bit, just roll it a tiny bit so we get even more symmetry. Happy with that. I feel like there's too much sky now, so I'm going to crop in. I want that planet to be right in the middle, and that's looking a lot better already. I always aim to have the planet right in the middle of that middle box there, so that's always a good parameter to tell whether you're going to have symmetry. And yeah, that's much better already. So my next step would be I would change the colors. So you go Tools again and then Tune Image. So you have all your options here. You've got brightness, contrast, saturation, ambience, highlights, shadows, and warmth. So normally I start with saturation because I really like bright colors. And to change something up and down, you simply swipe right or left. So see, when I go left, it turns to black and white. And then when I go right, it boosts that saturation really high. So I really like that a lot. It looks nice because there are lots of nice colors within that environment. Next, I'm going to boost the ambience, and this essentially balances the image out a bit more. So it increases the dynamic range, and again, you can take that away, you can make it more contrasty. I like trying all sliders when I do a color grade, so I can be sure that I've got the perfect combination of adjustments. And that's looking really good, having higher dynamic range there with the ambience turned up a bit. Next, I'm going to maybe bring up the brightness just a tad. Overall, that's looking good. And something you'll find really handy is if you hold your thumb down to the screen, it'll show you before and after. So we can see our changes already look excellent. So next, I'm going to go down to warmth, make this a little bit warmer by dragging that to the right. See, I'm just moving my thumb a tiny bit, and I'm at +6 warmth. Let's see what it looks like with plus and minus shadows. No, that doesn't look good, and maybe I'll increase them just a tiny bit there. Highlights, again, just want to see what it looks like. Don't have to commit to it. Let's go all the way down. No, I feel like there's so much detail in the center there that the sky, in this example, I'm going to get rid of it and make it just white because it's so pleasing to look at, and I don't want the clouds to detract from that. So I'm quite happy with that inner circle. I love the planet, but I'm not so happy with the sky. So I'm going to press the tick to confirm our changes, and now I'm going to use the selective tool, which is this one here, which means you can isolate individual areas and do things to them. So all you do is pinch to expand or make smaller a specific area, and you can see everything highlighted in red is the area that will be affected. So what I'm going to do is bring the brightness right up on that, and again you press up or you swipe up to see the parameters you can change with selective. You can change your brightness, your contrast, your saturation, and structure. So I'm going to go, I went up with the brightness up to 100% in that area. With saturation, I'm going to go down 100%. What this does is it now changes that, although a lot of it's white, some of it has tinges of blue. So I wanted to make that perfectly white. And instantly we have a white area in the top left-hand corner of the planet. So I'm going to press tick to confirm that, and now I want to do that consistently across the whole image using the exact same technique. So again, we select an area, we go up to bright, down the saturation and confirm. So I'm going to do this about 10 or so times. Before I pointed out the feature of pressing your thumb down to view before and after, you can also do that with individual things. So I'm using selective. If I press it down, I'm seeing my before and after of my selective change. That is super cool because you can essentially tell whether you made the right move or not. And I definitely did with that one there. So it's just something handy to have, being able to do the before and after of each individual tool that you apply to your image. You can also drag your pinpoint if you're not happy with where you placed it by just doing this. And then it'll isolate this blue color, or I can move it over to green if I wanted to isolate green. So you can get really pinpoint precision on where you make your selective changes. And again, the red is an indication of all those blue areas I've selected around that initial area. Wow, this is already coming to life. How good does this look? Might play around with my tint now. No, I think I'm going to be happy. I really do like trying a lot of the tools to see how they have an effect on the image. These are the main ones I use for the vast majority of my posts. Sometimes I might use healing. Healing is a really good function if you want to remove small details. So say, I don't know, I want to get rid of this lamp here. It's as simple as just painting over it and bam, it's gone. It's like the Band-Aid tool in Photoshop. And you can get rid of unwanted details just with the press of your finger to the screen. So this is really intuitive, and there you can zoom in, inspect the finer details, and if you make a mistake like I just did there, just go back like that. So I'm happy with this. This looks excellent. I love colors. Personally, I'm a big fan of bright, vivid colors. I'm going to do one last tune image to see if I can make this any better. Maybe boost that saturation one last time, and you can see that's having a nice effect on the image. I'm not going to overdo it this time. This time it's going to be more for subtle things. I'm going to try my ambience again, maybe raise that just a tiny, tiny bit. This is looking like a bonsai planet, isn't it? It looks pretty sick. So I'm really happy with this, and I'm ready to export. When you export, it's as simple as pressing export and then save a copy. Now it's going to save to my camera roll. And there I have an amazing planet that I'm going to be really proud of posting to my Instagram. And when you see the before and the after, you can see that's a massive difference. And this is the difference between getting like 300 likes and 800 likes. Just making those finer adjustments, bringing out your colors, changing the composition so you get it 100% perfect instead of 80% perfect. Because people respond to 100% perfect. Well, it's not 100% perfect at all, but people respond to you when you go to that next level of effort to make your photos outstanding. And I can already tell that compared to that, this is the best result possible with this 360 photo that I shot. Cool guys, I hope that was helpful. If you like shooting tiny planets, you might want to check out my ebook. It's called Life in 360, A Beginner's Guide to Tiny Planet Photography. And in it, I wrote every single technique that I use and that you'll see on my Instagram profile. It'll show you exactly how to do it. I break it down step by step, including a big section on color grading. So I'd strongly recommend you check that out. Put a link down in the description. Till next time, keep capturing your world in 360. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram. My handle is @BenClaremont, facebook.com/lifein360photo, and subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/lifein360photo. Color is such a powerful tool, so I'd strongly suggest you use it. Get this free app and you can start color grading instantly. I'll put a link to that down in the description. All right guys, talk to you soon.